Good morning, good morning, good morning. Monday morning. The first face you get to see is my beautiful face for this Purple Passion news break, okay? Today, we want to cover what has happened this week at Purple Passion's boutique. So we're going to start it off with our intro. We want to talk about what's new, the upcoming changing, and the issues we experience as a Purple Passion boutique community, okay? I am your host, the one Ulysses Clark. And I am your newsman, your weatherman, your ladies man, your everything man, So, as we start this off, I want to let you guys know that we are almost at 15K, okay? We are continuously growing. It's been a very big week. I want to thank you guys for that support. I want to thank you guys for what is happening with Purple Passion's boutique, okay? We are almost at 15K, okay? So, thank you guys for that. Thank you guys for that growth. Thank you for, that love and support, that you guys are giving Purple Passion Boutique. Thank you very much for that, okay? So, almost at 15K. Now, let's go right into what is new. What is new in Purple Passion's Boutique? Okay, so what is new is that we are now open. Thank you, Queen, for showing up. We are open 24 hours now. So that means that, let me get this off I guess I'm on my eyelash, right? So we are now open 24 hours. 24 hours, okay? So what does that mean? Okay, so normally we have our live shows. We're always booked up almost every day, all the way through the day, all the way until probably midnight. We've had a few people that have started to go midnight, okay? Right now, we're going into that nighttime frame, all right? So we're going to be going after midnight hours all the way until about 6 a.m. We're going to be open. So essentially, we're going 24 hours for our live shows now. So if you would like to book a live show after midnight, okay? Great time to go to. All of our sellers have been pretty successful going in after this midnight hour. That's why we decided to open up, okay? Then you want to message my wife, the owner, Sabrina Clark of Purple Passion Boutique. Message her, and then you can see, you can basically get you a slot, and then you can go live, okay? Remember, our lives are an hour and a half, okay? An hour and a half lives, okay? So I want you guys to be involved in that, and go get these midnight lives, okay? Message her directly through Messenger. And voila, you're going to have a great live. You will have admin support, so don't worry about that. Jump in there, get your live, I always say that, you kind of want to touch bases with California, a lot of those Pacific Coast thrifters, you're going to be touching those demographics and those people. So, and if you're late night owl, we got a few of those, hey, that's the time to be on, okay? So I appreciate that. We're open 24 hours. That's what's new in Purple Passion's Boutique, okay? Upcoming changes. Now, look, these changes is coming very quick, Queens. Very quick, okay? I think about a week ago, and within the past couple weeks, we've been talking about the changes that are happening. And those changes are going to be that the VIP group, which was just a VIP group, is getting ready to close down August 1st. So if you are not subscribed, and you want to continue to be a part of that VIP group, then I need you to go ahead and subscribe, okay? There's a ways to do it. You contact us if you're having any troubles or issues, and I'm pretty sure we can walk you through that process. I got numerous admins and numerous personnel that are able to assist you in making you a part, of the VIP group. Now, understand that when I say VIP group, that is the old VIP group. We have now went exclusive. Okay, so Purple Passion Boutique VIP group is one exclusive. And with that said, that means that since we're exclusive, okay, it's an exclusive group now, that subscription fee is going to be there. And what I'm saying is that I want you to understand that everybody's saying, okay, first, let me cover this. When I say 99 cents, it is 99 cents. There is no scam. There is no, hey, if I be a part of this, then next month they're going to hit me with this $14.99 because it's been a 7-day trial, 30-day trial, 30-day window. And now that price is going up because this is what a lot of people tend to think, right? That's not what's happening. Okay. It's 99 cents. And we're asking for a blessing of 99 cents. And when I say that, it's because Purple Passion Boutique is actually living on blessings. Everybody that you see on our admin team, all the way up to the owner, who's also engaged in almost every live show and everything that's going on. You will not see an owner that is more dedicated and more involved and engaged with the clients, with the people, and with her platform than my wife, and me as well. Everybody on the admin team is volunteer. So we are living on blessings. That is what Purple Passions is doing. So we're asking you guys to give us a blessing of 99 cents and then enjoy the exclusive perks that we're going to offer you for being a part of that Purple Passion Boutique family and community. Okay. And like I said, as of the 1st, we're going exclusive. It's going to take that 99-cent blessing for you to be a part of the exclusive VIP group. But guess what? You're going to get 10% off if you shop at Purple Passions Boutique. So it means essentially this: you spend $30 with Purple Passions Boutique on a live show. 10% of that is what? $3, right? You paid a 99-cent subscription fee. You blessed us with that, right? So that means that you get $3 off. So essentially you didn't pay anything because that 99 cents is wrapped up in that $3 and you actually gain $2, okay? That's how that works, and that's why we're doing this. What we're doing, we're taking that blessing that you're giving us, we're giving that blessing right back to you. We're standing on blessings. Now, a lot of people don't understand how that happens. Hey, you be around the block more than I have, and you start understanding life a little bit, then you understand how to live on blessings and how to thrive, So it's also going to guarantee you, for you sellers, it's going to guarantee you unlimited lives a month. What does that mean? A month has what? 28 days, sometimes in February, depending on if it's leap year. Some months got 30 days, some months got 31 days, right? Either or, we'll say from 1 to 31 days is a month, right? More than likely. So you get unlimited live. You can go live every day if you want. You can go live 31 days. All it is, that 99-cent blessing, you go live, okay? So I want you to understand that as a seller, the benefit is unlimited lives for that seller all month. Also, you got unlimited picture wall drops. Unlimited, right? So that means that you can go on our page and it's completely free. And you get to post as many pictures as you want of items you want to sell. Not just for sellers. This is for shoppers too. Shoppers are able to get on there and, hey, you might have something at home you want to sell. You may not be a person that's going live, but you may have something that you need to sell. So guess what? Take a picture, post it on that wall drop it in there for everybody to look at, and hey, you might get lucky, you may get a sale. Okay? So this is very, very important. This is very, very unique. So you get unlimited access to that. And that's part of being exclusively inside of that VIP group. So you're gonna get a percentage off. You're gonna get unlimited lives. You're gonna get unlimited access to picture wall drop. You're also gonna have access to exclusive chats. Okay, so you're gonna have the exclusive VIP chat. You're gonna have access to the prayer room held up by Pastor Mary King Faust. And if you guys, that is my mother. Okay, if you guys don't know her, get to know her. Those of you that have seen the stuff that has trickled down through that prayer room this week, my mother has taken on that engagement. She's actually made contact one-on-one and started one-on-one prayers outside of that prayer room with those individuals. So she's networking and reaching out directly to you to show you the significance of prayer and to be that leader and that example. So I encourage you to participate in that prayer room for whatever you need. Put your name on it. You don't have to put your business out there if you don't want you to say, hey, I need prayer. Reach out, take part in it, go get those prayers. It's a lot of things happening in that prayer room. It may be something that you may be able to relate to and just be able to send that prayer for that person, okay? So I want you to take advantage of that too. That's part of the perks too. You also have babe, what is that? What is that called? It's called do you have this? Mm-hmm. Do you have this? So that is that I think that's kind of like a fun chat, right? So that means that you may be looking for something like a old Barbie from 1972, right? Oh yeah, you might be looking for an old Barbie from 1972.
Oh my God!
Still in a plastic container with the little bell dress, right? Might be looking for one. I don't know if anybody is. You might be looking for one of those, right? And you might say, hey, do you have these? Take a picture. Somebody like, hey, I got one. Send on the package. Send it $9.99 and you can have it, right? So, exclusive things. You might be looking for an old blender. One of them old Osters that's green and yellow. The old paints for the kitchen. The one that's still blending. And it blend up everything. It blended up so fine it might be juice instead of just padded up, right? So you might need one of those. Go in there and look. You might be looking for something vintage, some vintage porcelain, etc. Just throwing it out there. Whatever you're looking for, you can go in there and say, do you have this? Take a picture of it, take a screenshot, put it in there, and you may find it. Okay? So I know you guys like that. Oh, I know some old Barbie collectors. Don't act like you guys not collecting Barbies. I know some old Barbie collectors. There's some retro shoe collectors too, right? Sequin collectors too, right? Collectors too, right? So just be advised that that chat is there too. Am I missing any other chats? Because I don't think I am.
We got the picture wardrobe. We got the VIP support chat room. If there is any issues during your live or whatever that you have to reach out.
We do have a VIP support chat group, so if there's any issues during your live, you can reach into there and you can get a lot of support. I've been in training this week, and I actually had a question that I couldn't answer, and the person I was training knew that part, was able to provide that answer to a seller that was going live on the page. So that networking is beautiful. So I appreciate that. But you also have that chat for support too. So come in there, get affiliated with the community and the family. And just come soak up what we have to give you. Come be involved. And I promise you, it'll be something that you won't forget, and you'll be able to call Purple Patch Boutique family. Okay, like I said, we're engaged. We are very engaged. From my admins to the tactic they use and courtesy that they're using when they're dealing with clients, to customer service. I'm even stepping in, as far as escalation and actually handling situations between seller and client and being that customer service rep in between that, so that a seller can get paid. I had to do that this week. I had to mediate that whole situation and was able to get both of them paid. While I had both of them running in chats at the same time, and got them paid, got the confirmation, and everybody was happy. Client didn't get blocked. Seller got what they got paid and got what they needed. It was a beautiful thing. It worked out. So, like I said, you're going to see that engagement. You're going to get that sense of family. So come be a part of that family, okay? Now, let's get into the issues that occurred this week, okay? So let me be very, very frank about some of these things, and I'm going to talk about this very briefly, okay? What happened? The Smurfs?
With the Smurfs.
Huh?
Should I say collective vintage Smurfs?
Oh, yeah. Collective Smurfs, Care Bears. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You got some of those too, right?
Yeah.
So, like I said, it's a lot of things. Vintage strawberry shortcake. Don't act like you guys wasn't collecting strawberry shortcake, okay? And then some of the meals was comic books and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, G.I. Joes, all that stuff. All that stuff is worth a lot now, okay? So you never know. But, you may have some of that old stuff and put it in, and you'd be surprised who might even start a collection on old stuff that you have, okay? So now let's talk about
shipping.
Okay, so let me talk about shipping. Okay, Queens. Now look, listen. I don't know why everybody thinks that they're USPS or us, or UPS or us, or DHL or us, Priority Mail or us. And when I say or us, you think you're the company. You're charging rates that are $9.99, 2 to 3 day shipping, and then you're doing express delivery. I don't know where these rates are coming from, but these rates are similar with that, okay? Listen, we all sell. I understand that some people are charging for the packaging and all that stuff. We don't do it, but some people are. But if you're shipping to another seller or a person that's another buyer, do not
overcharge.
Don't overcharge them $2, $3, and then wonder why they're not shopping with you anymore. I'm just what I'm saying is you can charge whatever you want to charge, but there are people that have been around the thrifting streets for a long time, and there are other sellers out there, and it just doesn't give it a good look. You never know who's just buying just to see how your rates are, how your clothes are coming, what things are happening with your items. Okay, they want to see, they want to know. So a lot of people are doing that, but be fair is what I'm saying. Be fair and impartial, use tact, and do the right thing. I stand on that. I stand on that principle. Do the right thing. Don't go to the left. Don't go to the right. Stay on target. Walk the straight line. Do the right thing. Okay? I'm a proud promoter of that. I've done that my whole military career. Let's do the right thing. So what I'm saying is that when you know that the shipping to an area is not expensive as you're charging, charge the right rate. Okay? That's all I'm saying. You can charge whatever you want to charge. I'm not telling you how to run your business. But like I said, people talk, and you don't want, I always say that you should practice not having somebody talk about you. You should never have your name in somebody's mouth in a negative way. It should be in a positive. When they speak it, they should speak good of you.
Like it cannot be that we're shipping 3 small shirts, for example, right? This is what happened. 3 shirts for $10.
Right.
This is ridiculous. Because when I ship, and I always say the highest shipping rate you will ever pay with Purple Passions Boutique is $9.20. But you have a whole sack full of stuff, when you pay $9. So this is impossible that you charge $10 for 3 little items. But I'm just saying, nobody was born yesterday.
Right. Nobody was born yesterday. You got 3 small items and you charge $9.99. Something's wrong with that. Yeah. And I always say that
shipping didn't go that high.
And I'm gonna tell you something that we preach, and kind of one of the things we preach internally with Purple Patch Boutique is that how well you treat your clients is how well your business is going to do. Mm-hmm. You have to treat people well. You have to treat people good. And even if people say, oh, it's just a thrifting item, it's just a thrifting business, take your business seriously and treat people the right way. And it's going to grow. It's going to expand. It's all about treatment. When you're satisfied and correct and doing right by the few, they say God will give you many, right? So that's the same concept, the same process. So you have to think that way, okay? So now the next time I'm going to cover shipping out, okay? So since we're talking about the rate, right? Now, if you get paid that rate, do not sit on that package for 30 days, okay? And then someone calls me and tells me that they paid the invoice and they haven't received a package. You are a seller. You are held to a higher and a different standard, okay? You need to make sure that you are shipping out your packages within that next 72 hours. Give or take if it's the weekend or Sunday. We all know how that works at the post office, okay? But you need to ship out the packages, okay? I can't make a seller ship out a package, and I cannot provide any more comfort to that shopper than by saying I'm going to contact that seller and find out what is going on. And I'm going to do my best to mitigate all circumstances, but it should never be that a shopper has a complaint with you when you've received payment and they're still waiting on their package. Get their packages out to them. Now, I understand that there are certain circumstances where you may be working and you say, hey, I'm only shipping out on Tuesdays and I'm shipping out on Fridays. Got it. I'm tracking. I got it, okay? But what I want you to understand is that you need to convey that message to your shoppers. Mm-hmm. Okay? And like I said, we stand on communication. That is part of the seller-client communication. So I'm telling you how to also resolve the situation, because I believe there's always a solution in any situation or problem. So what I'm telling you is that, hey, if you're only shipping out once a week, let them know that. Communicate that to them. Don't put me in the middle and I'm trying to satisfy everybody. And then at the end of it, I'm getting chewed out and cursed out by people that are upset, because I tried to step in because they made a payment. You're shipping only once a week, and none of this has been communicated, because at the end of the day, that client is directly with you, and all information should come from the tower. You are that tower. I'm only stepping in to try to mitigate situations, to resolve any conflicts, to make sure that everybody's satisfied. That seller receives the items in good standing condition, not smelling like smoke, not with holes in it, not dirty, not where they got to get it and they got to throw it in a corner or throw it in another room because it's not clean. Because you take pride in the work that you do, send it to them the correct way. You take pride in showing it, send it the same way, send it to them, okay? You receive payment. And then I want you to ship out their packages in a timely fashion. That's what I'm telling my sellers on the platform. Like I said, I'm not running your business, but send it to them in the right platform. I understand you have other things to do and life happens, but you need to let them know that, okay? So now the next thing is paying invoices, okay? Now we paying full invoices. If you haven't set up that 4-step plan, which is in PayPal, or you haven't set up any type of payment plan with that seller, we need to pay our invoices. No partial payments. No partial payments, okay? Not a little bit here and a little bit there. Pay your full invoices. You're a seller. There's no excuse. I will not give you an excuse. I will not let you get a pass on that one. You're a seller. You're shopping. You're buying. You will pay your invoices. If you are a seller and with me and with our platform and you do not pay your invoices, you're not going live. I'm going to cancel. I'm going to terminate your live until you pay your invoices. It's more the problem is between sellers, not shoppers. Okay, we're quick to jump on a shopper and say, hey, shopper's not paying, but then we got sellers doing the same thing. We need to lead by example, and we lead by example by paying our invoices. Everybody. But if you're a seller, you're on our platform, don't expect to go live if you're not paying your invoices. Okay, that is going to be the penalty we put in place, because I believe that you should represent yourself, your business, and even us, because we try to represent you in the best way. Okay. So, and if we're willing to step in there and mitigate it, do not let somebody come and say, hey, you're not paying your invoices. Pay your invoices. We're paying full invoices. Okay. It's not going to be partial. We're not doing partial payments. Right. So, yeah, 10. So, the other thing I'm covering, I'm actually going backwards on my list. I'm supposed to be going down. I'm going backwards. Okay. Having the right equipment for my sellers when we're going live. Okay. I need all of you to have the right equipment. Okay. Now, that's going to consist of a ring light or whatever lighter. You can do a little camera lighting too. You know, you can get those 2 square things and bring the light in with the little puff ball things on the side. It's going to reflect the light. You can do all that stuff too if you want to do it. But you should have a ring light. You should have your cellular device sitting in the middle of it, or something that can hold a tablet. You should have your secondary device to the side, okay? This is important. This is very important. All right? Laptops is there for you to look at some other stuff. Like I said, my wife has a ring light that's probably big as Texas. All right? I mean, it's huge. It's huge. It's the biggest one. I think it's about 30 inches, okay? And then we got ours hooked to a TV screen that's directly in the back that I'm looking at right now, through the laptop, okay? And she still has a secondary device, and I'm running 2 devices when she's going live. And most of the time, we're running probably 3 devices outside of that when one of our sellers is going live. But you need to have a secondary device. You need to have a ring light. We're not doing laptops. I want everybody to be uniform and everybody to have the same standard and agenda, okay? When you have that laptop, you look into the side. I'm getting complaints about they can't see anything. It's blurry. Hey.
No, we're not going live with a laptop.
Okay, so we're not we're not going live with a laptop. Better said, okay?
Going live with a laptop.
I understand that you know, equipment costs, so you may want to wait until you go live. A lot of that stuff is not expensive. That's why, you know, a lot of those costs for sellers, when you're able to come here for a blessing of 99 cents to Purple Passion Boutique, you're able to take some of that money and push it to the side to do the things that you need, okay? Okay. So, okay, I forgot about that. It's a good point. I cover that next. So I want you guys to have the same equipment, and trust me, it's not about directing traffic, but I promise you, if you get this equipment, I'm telling you, it's going to make your life easier. It's going to work for you, and you're going to find that you're going to be able to, have a happier client-based crowd. Okay. And then a lot of things you're doing inside your live are going to be user friendly. So a lot of these things that I'm telling you are kind of tips and tricks, but it's going to make you more efficient and more effective during your live shows. So please adhere to what I'm telling you. It's going to behoove you to do that, okay? Please, please, please. We on Purple Passion Boutique, there will be no live shows. If you have a laptop, make sure you have that cellular device sitting in the middle, okay, and have your secondary to read your comments, okay? Technical difficulties. We experienced that a little bit. I want to apologize for that. Sometimes Facebook is not working with us. Sometimes it catches these little bugs, but also Facebook is implementing a lot of things through Meta Business, and they're not saying that they're going to move in that direction. They're just making that move, and they want to see how it's working, and you're forced to accommodate to that, to migrate to that. And then later on they say, okay, well, that's going to be the new meta or the new thing that we're doing, okay? So sometimes there is technical difficulties. So when we have a time frame to meet or a deadline and that person's not right there at that time, hang with us, stand by. We're going to get there, okay? So I want to say that I appreciate
Can you see
that.
comments?
No. What do we got? Okay. Okay. I can't see comments on my screen, so my wife's going to say I'm please support them. I've dealt with a lot of issues. Like with the condition of items, very poor in 2 weeks or more before receiving my order. It's not a good look. Okay. And that's Miss Stratton. Amen. Amen, sister. Amen. That's the truth. That's the truth. I wish I could see that on there, but I couldn't. Babe, hit the mouse. Let me see. Is it showing up on my screen? You have to scroll down with the mouse on the.
Oh, okay.
Go on the side where that bar is right there for me. where that gray bar is and scroll down. Let's see, did it show up in there? There we go. Look what we got in there. Okay.
Yeah, you see it there.
Okay, good. Okay, so, okay, now I see you, Ms. Stratton. Okay, so, and that's the point of having that secondary device. Mine had timed out. But I want to say that, they're a big supporter, but you know, it is that way. You know, when you get something, like if you get anything from a thrifting place or something like that, right? Then trust me, you wash it. You're supposed to wash it. That's a smart thing to do, to wash it, right? But it shouldn't come in a condition that makes you kind of deterred and upset that you even made that purchase with that person, on top of whatever shipping costs and whatever you paid for it. Okay.
Over 2 weeks receiving
Over 2 weeks.
Too.
I tell you, like my mother, who's in charge of the prayer group, my mother was one of the women. Like my mother never shopped in the mall for me. I'm from a background of, I remember when Goodwill had the ticket stub coupons, and you were only shopping those ticket stubs when you went place. My mother didn't raise me like that. We had hand-me-downs and stuff like that. So I'm from somewhere in life. So I understand how to appreciate things now. I'm not saying that going to the mall is wrong, but that's something my mother never did. My mother never bought me a pair of Jordans. She never went to the mall. That wasn't affordable. That wasn't things that we were doing, okay? So, you know, working class, we did what we had to do, you know, and we always, you know, worked and got to that next step. And that's how we pushed ourselves. That's how we became stronger and better as a family and as people, right? So what I'm saying is that I understand thrifting on a whole different level from like my whole life, from a lot of different things. I know there's an Alpha Omega home in the state of Florida that runs their whole business off of a thrifting place that my mother still volunteers at. So what I'm saying is that even when they have it inside those stores, a lot of those places now are washing them and putting them out there. So it shouldn't be in a great condition, come to your place and go into a bad condition, then you send it to the person in a worse condition, is my point. That's why I'm telling you that, not to tell you my background and toot my own horn, but to tell you the conditions of, if you know anything from the past like that, then you should understand how things are supposed to come. And a lot of people do. A lot of people are on budgets. A lot of people are on SSI, and they're only able to shop once a month. They're purchasing based on their limit. They're living within their means, and they expect to get items in a decent condition. And I expect for my sellers to take pride in your sales, and you do that by sending that item in a good, crisp, clean condition. So you may not believe in what I'm saying, but I'm telling you, it says everything about you, and it's always about character.
And I also want to add something to it. We still have to remember that this is a thrifting platform.
Mm-hmm.
This is not a platform that you have prices like if you would go to a mall or to, that's my opinion. Everybody, of course, can run a business how they want to, but thrifting is for me always that you shop on the low. You know, you shop cheaper than when you would go to a mall or any other, you know, a high-class store. But some of you sellers, and I'm not going to name any names, but when you come with dresses $40 and $50, and then be mad that people don't buy this, well, these type of dresses with this kind of pricing, you know, not everybody can afford this. That's why we are a thrifting platform that shows basically affordable items, you know.
Right.
And when you come with 50 and 40, this is some people, they shop for $40, they shop 20 items.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you have to see that too. So this is what I'm saying, and be aware of your business. If you represent your business and you say, I'm having, I don't know, it's called Thrifted Closet, for example. I'm just putting it out, right? A business, then make sure that what my husband said, that you're representing your business, and that is by shipping out on time, having clean items that you ship out, you know, because you are doing this for yourself. You don't do this for nobody else. And when you're not doing it that way, then you can lose mad customers. Mm-hmm. That's what it is.
And Miss Benson, I want to say good morning to you. I forgot to say that. And Miss Stratton said, yes, I grew up with hand-me-downs, and thrifting was my entire childhood in the 60s and 70s. See, there you go.
Yeah.
You know, so a lot of people understand it. And what I'm saying is that don't do me wrong, because I'm not saying that it's all on the sellers too, because it is a thrifted platform too. And people have to understand too that you're getting pre-loved and used items too. So it's not going to be in a brand new condition. And there is a difference when you have something that's brand new with tags, and the price differential in that. I got it. I understand that. But I always say this, you got to think logically. If someone's going to pay $30 or $40 for something from you, you know, then they can also go to that same store, go to a store and get the same things. They got to spend that for one item. You want to keep all your AI, let me say this. You want to keep everything at an AI, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not artificial intelligence, affordable item. Okay. So I want you guys to understand that. So this is all I'm trying to convey to everybody, okay? Yeah, so I want to say that the AI is talking about artificial. No, I'm talking about affordable items, you know. If you hear me say PIF, you know, or PIF, then that's paid in full, okay? And these are acronyms that we have in Purple Passion, all started by us. We acronym things over here so our community understands our terminology when we're talking and speaking, okay? I'm pretty sure somebody's going to bite those acronyms, though. They always do. They're nice, though. You can use them. And then inspired items. Inspired items is something we're not doing. Now, I don't want to give you my I don't want to give you my opinion on that. I want to stick on tell you what Facebook has to say about that, okay? So you want to go ahead and jump in. My wife looking at me like, let me get it. I got it, babe. Let me get it. So okay.
Inspired items is a critical subject because sometimes we don't know whether it's inspired or not inspired because sometimes they faking so good, right?
Mm-hmm.
That you in doubt. You be like, is it now real or is it not real? But the price normally tells you whether it's real or not real. But we don't do inspired items on the platform. I had a lady, and I'm saying this out loud so everybody knows, I had a lady posting inspired items, and I had nothing but drama from Facebook. So they watching pictures, they watching live videos,
mm-hmm.
They in the picture wardrobe, they in groups, they everywhere. And they searching for platforms when they show inspired items, and then they're going to take you down. That's just how it is.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to pay a whole bunch of money. So if you want to do inspired items, you have to do it on your own page.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can do whatever you want on your own page, but don't show inspired items on Purple Passions Boutique.
Right.
Please. That's all I'm asking for.
And I can lose this now. So what I want to caveat off that. So what I'm saying is that I'm saying that when you have inspired items, do not sell them on our platform because it's not allowed. If you want to do it on your own page, that is fine. I know sellers that have inspired items and they do it on their page, and they're quite successful and do quite well. They're not on main platforms. They do it from their page. I know quite a few of them. Okay. And that's their thing. That's what they're doing. So I'm not mad at anybody. I'm not hating anybody for what they're doing. I'm just saying that will get my platform in a lot of trouble, and I cannot have that. Okay. So, do not do it. Now, let me explain what an inspired item is. Okay. An inspired item, if I look at an item and I can look at it and say, hey, that looks like Burberry. Hey, that looks like Coach. Hey, that looks similar to this. It's anything that looks similar that can be compared by the eyesight, and this is a Facebook definition. You can Google it. And it's three classes of it. Okay, it's three classes of what inspired item is because they changed it from like a year ago. But it's anything that looks. Put it like this: if it crawls like a snake, it looks like a snake, you know, then it's probably a snake, right? And this is what Facebook is saying. Okay, if they can run that item back to any type of major seller. And they say that it looks like that it's affiliated with it and can cross as that, then it's an inspired item, and Facebook will take you down. Okay, so I'm just telling everybody that. So that is something very big.
That is including perfume. That is including everything.
Excluded just items. Period. Okay, and I have great sellers, you know, that have great items and they look good. I'm like, hey, I love the item. We just can't do it. Okay. So, and it's not saying I'm putting a finger on anybody. I'm just saying, because I'm the one that's talking with my sellers after their live shows, and we're talking, you know, I know that you have something that's Gucci and it might be Fucci, okay? And you know, we might, hey, I can't afford the Gucci, so I'm gonna run with the Fucci, right? Got it, okay? I'm not mad at you, right? Because we've all done that too. We're like, hey, it looked like it. I'm wearing this to the club, back in the club days, right? So, you know, I was in Texas a long time ago. They had everything for the low, right? So, you know, I understand that. But right here, as far as professionalism and a business, we can't have it. So I'm just going to ask you guys to push that to your page, you know, so we keep everything copacetic and happy. Last thing I want to touch bases on is flyers, okay? Sellers. Now, when you go through our scheduling, right? You're going to have a questionnaire. You're going to have 10 points over there to the right of that calendar,
that's
going to tell
lives,
you,
right?
yeah, when you're booking live shows, live events, when you're booking, when you're scheduling the date that you would like to go live, before you can even book that date, you have 10 questions, 10 points on the side that you need to read, from the EST time to fees, cancellation, etc. And then you're going to have on the other side, you're going to have a questionnaire. On that questionnaire, it says that you click yes to have your flyer to the platform owner, to the business in 24 to 48 hours. Okay, I need everybody to adhere to that 24 to 48 hours prior to your live show and or event. That is what you're reading. So don't just be checking blocks, read the information. You are agreeing to that, okay? So if you're not having that flyer in there, your live show will get terminated, and it should be terminated. Now, my wife has been the one that's still tracking you down, trying to make sure that you guys get the best promotion, because she understands that you're going live and you're there for your reason. But professionalism is a must. We're all professionals, all right? And that's part of the standard. The standard is to have it 24 to 48 hours. So make sure you have your flyers there. Make sure your flyers are together. Make sure your date, time, all your information is correct. And make sure it's to my wife, the platform owner, and a decent time. Okay.
So the reason why we do flyers, and I explain this real quick. The reason why we are doing flyers is, one, you get promoted on Purple Passions Boutique. You get promoted on 12 to 13 other groups out there. You get promoted in the VIP group, in the exclusive VIP group, with your name on it, with your flyer on it. Okay, I'm making a reel at nighttime and put that reel out so everybody knows the first person in the morning who is on. So I'm promoting you constantly with your flyer. If you don't send me your flyer, I cannot promote you. How can you be successful in business if you don't care about sending a flyer out? I always say a flyer is like, back in the days we had newspaper, right? So in newspaper, when you put a announcement or whatever
in the classified
section on the newspapers out. So everybody, when they read the newspapers on Saturday, so it was like, oh, there is this business. Oh, this one sells shoes. Oh, this one has this. So now we have an internet, right? So that is basically the same thing. When you go live and you don't promote your business, not at all, with no flyer, with no nothing, then nobody knows that you are going live. And if you don't send me your flyer, then I would have to say taken, spot taken, and I will not promote you if you don't send me your flyer. So that's why I'm so drilled on those flyers, because people will remember your business. People will remember the colors of your business. So you should always use the same flyer. Make yourself a pretty flyer with your logo, with your business. So the people, the shoppers, will remember you by your logo, by your colors, by your pretty business name that you have. You know, they remember that, because some people, they have photogenic memories. So they're going by pictures. You know, some people, they're going by names. It depends. But do the flyer. The flyer is very, very important.
Right. So again, to highlight those points, do a flyer, keep it the same colors. Make sure you find your logo or slogan. Make your trademark. Stick with it and keep with it all the way. Okay.
We also have the flyer factory.
Yeah.
So if you have trouble,
I'm sorry about that. Yeah, we do. We got a flyer factory. Okay. So that means that if you cannot do your flyer, if you're looking to try to get your flyer to where you need it to be, then you can come to us and you come to our flyer factory. We will get it done for a small fee, and then you can take it and use it over and over. You know, so we want to offer that to you guys too. So there's a lot of things that we can do over there just to get you set forward in how you want to, migrate. Because I believe that sometimes, you need the help on the first steps. Then you push you out there, take the training wheels off, push you out and let you ride the bike. So that's something that we're going to be doing.
The 80s marathon.
Don't forget about our 80s marathon. Okay. The 80s marathon is going to be on August 3rd. Okay. You're going to have a lot of settlers on there. They're going to be dressed for the 80s. They're going to be ready to go. Okay. The 80s is where it says. So all the other ones, but we're gonna do an 80s. It's gonna be an 80s marathon. August 3rd, 1 hour lives back to back to back to back. Okay. I see you in there, Rich. Thank you for being here. Rich is one of our male people that's promotion and pushing and coming in. So if you see Rich ER, That is one of the people from Purple Passion Boutique. He's actually the husband of one of our admins. Trisha is right when she says, take pride in what you provide, and reputation is everything. Miss Minnie, thank you for being here. And then we got it's your permanent billboard. It's advertised following you will see. So yes, thank you, Trish. She's right. It is your billboard. You know, remember the old billboards, penny service, stuff like that. It's kind of your stamp for what is going on with your business. And we're trying to give you, you know, like I said, I always tell people, like when you look at Walmart, you know Walmart by the smiley face, by the colors, right? The color scheme, you know it's Walmart. So you don't even have to see the Walmart name. When you see just that smiley face with those colors, like, okay, that's Walmart. And this is kind of what you want to do. And this is how people are looking at your flyers. So stay adamant about that so that you understand it. Now, our first seller is going to be Miss Minnie, right?
Yes,
Miss Minnie, all right?
Right
so
now.
She's coming on right now. I'm going to get out of the way, you know, so she can get in there and do her thing. Great seller. She's got a lot of great items. You guys know she be singing Purple Passions. She be turned up early in the morning. So if you're looking for that motivation energy, go get that vitamin C shot of Miss Minnie Holmes, okay? So with that said, I want to thank all you guys for being here for this news break, okay? I am your newsman. I am your weatherman, okay? I wish you guys a great start to your week. Best of the best. Love you all. Come be a part of that family. Remember, everything is turning over August 1st. That's in a few days, okay? That's actually this Friday, I believe.
August 1st, our VIP group will only be available to subscribers.
All right, VIP
so
group.
Everybody who is not subscribed will leave the VIP.
Yep, so our VIP group will only be available to subscribers. Everybody else will be moved out of the way,
This is where the prayer room is, and this is where the picture wardrobe is.
But this is where the picture wall prayer room. Do you have that? The VIP chat, all that good stuff. So come be a part of the family. Get some of those good perks. Get your 10% off. Get your unlimited lives and wall drops and all the great things we had to offer. Have a blessed week. Stay safe. And I'll see you guys again at the next news break. Okay?
That's right. Love you all.
Until next time. Thank you for being here.